What's up, y'all? Sunday here, and I'm just installing some more sensors for my wireless hub. I'm using the Samsung Wi-Fi mesh network system, and the Wi-Fi is awesome. Like, no issues with the Wi-Fi. It comes with 3 satellite pucks, which also double as hubs. But the interesting thing now, Samsung has just acknowledged that for the pucks, running them as a Wi-Fi mesh network, it's great. But if you're running them for Wi-Fi hubs communicating with the devices, only one of them is going to actually function as a hub, right? So you're going to want to place that one hub in the middle of your building. If you want to break them up into 3 separate hubs, you're going to have great range to communicate with your devices, but it won't work as Wi-Fi mesh. So it's not really a problem in this building here. This is about 120 feet long front to back, and I have the one hub placed in the middle, and I'm using it as in a mesh network with one of the other hubs, and it can communicate all the way back front to back and 120 feet, no issues communicating with the devices. So on one end it's maybe 80 feet, the other end is 40, and I don't have any issues talking with any of these sensors. So that's okay. And in my other building, which is 300 plus feet that way, I have another Samsung puck, and it's functioning for Wi-Fi, and it covers the whole house, 3,000 square feet, and it also functions as a hub. So what do you do if you want to talk to some sensors or devices in the other building, which is on the other network? So if you're running the Samsung stuff, you can't do it. In the app, there's different locations. You go to your location and it only sees whatever devices are in that location. If you're running Wemo stuff, it goes through the Wemo app. Samsung, you have to initially log into Wemo, add your switches, plugs, whatever you got. I'm running a whole bunch of these plugs. I'm not running the dimmer ones, just regular on-off light plugs in the shop and in the house. And what happens is either Samsung location in the app with any hub, whatever hub you have, you can add as many as you want, I think. It'll pick up on the Wemo devices and sensors at either location. So you can run a motion sensor in this building, and if it sees movement, I can have the lights turn on in the other building, right? Which is great, because if you do strictly Samsung products, it won't see it at either location. So that's kind of the workaround. Yeah, that's basically it. Other things that I've learned, if you don't have the full room to run the contact switch with a magnet in it, you just break it open and take the magnet out and use some double-sided tape, some Gorilla Tape or whatever, and that'll work just fine. Other than that, I hooked up a Skybell HD cam for the front, and it's great. It has a 180-degree field of view, so it's massive, and the night vision is full color, which is good. The one thing I'm considering doing, because this property, I have it all wired up with Swan HD cams, I am considering chopping the Swan heads off and getting rid of the DVR and maybe going Skybell HD, just because I have the power there already. And the reason I'm considering doing that is there's audio. The field of view is 180 degrees, unlike my Swans, which in the shop here and on the outside all the way around, I think it's probably like maybe 130 degrees. It's not that good. And I'm getting way too many false triggers with the Swan so far. So because the cameras are wired the old analog way with the power and the coaxial, I could just cut the power. I think we'll put a resistor in there and hook it up to my Skybell. But if you're looking for a smart doorbell, fully endorse the Skybell, especially because there's no monthly fee. You pay a one-time fee to purchase it, and it functions. It seems good. So far, so good. I've only been running the Skybell for a little over a week, and I've been running these sensors since the beginning, so I have a couple months experience so far with the Samsung setup and a hub as far as home security goes. For other home automation, I have it hooked to my TV. That's basically it. I got a Samsung TV, that's about it. I'm not really taking advantage of any of the other smart home features other than just timer lights, turning lights on, you know, when you get home, enter the room, but nothing too fancy. But any questions on any of the sensors? That's the one useful thing, the workaround I did discover is the Wemo, where it'll communicate with either location, right? That's a big plus because I don't think Samsung initially knew that their setup wouldn't function as separate hubs on the same Wi-Fi network. I believe they thought all pucks would communicate with the devices, and nobody could answer my questions when I called. And it's just too many hours wasted on the phone, but at least now everybody knows and it's published and you don't have to try to make it work like I did for days. But it all functions great and not having any issues. But any questions on any of these sensors, any of the hookup, ask away. Like, subscribe as always. Peace out.